was in the chase, caught a flat on road. It was all love, X no O. I was feeling rich, but we turned out broke.
Hey. Holy crap, that freaking intro got me pumped, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. What the fuck is that? My name is Mr. Yelvy. In today's video, we're going to be discussing everything involved in an in-depth guide on settings, controller settings, and how you can build an advantage, get an advantage on your opponent. Whether you're playing on console or PC, we're going to take care of you today. First things first, if you are on PC and console, obviously there are going to be some differences. The PC that I have is a pre-built from 2021. It has a 3070 graphics card and an i9 CPU. I don't have the best PC, but it has been doing the job for me. I have a dual PC setup, so all of my gaming comes from my gaming PC, which is the one that we just discussed. So we're going to start with the graphics setting. I've heard a lot of things about the display mode. You can play in full screen exclusive or you could play in full screen borderless. I don't think it matters. I don't think there's an FPS drop. Second thing, make sure your monitor is always picked. Dynamic resolution, I have it turned off. Aspect ratio, automatic. VSync, turn off VSync. Creates like tearing in your screen. VSync menus off. Custom frame rate. I heard that the custom frame rate, if you have it on custom, essentially what it does is you get to pick your out of focus custom frame rate, your menu custom frame rate limit, and your gameplay custom frame rate limit, which means if you're in the game, you have the highest frames. If you're not really in the game, your PC is not going to be using as much power. And also, anytime that you guys do anything with setting changes, restart shaders optimization, restart your game, whatever is easier for you. Brightness, I play on 55. Most people play on 55, but if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, we're going to go over that a little bit too, to where you can pick your monitor and brightness and things like that. All right, we're going to go ahead and go over to the quality tab. Obviously, you don't want to pick any of these. Just go with custom, because we're going to be changing everything anyway. Render resolution, I play on 1080p. I have a 1080p monitor. I play on 100. I use, for my upscaling / sharpening, I use Fidelity FX Cast with a cast strength of 40. The anti-aliasing, I use Filmic SMA T2X. You could use SMA T2X, but I think it looks better with the Filmic. Anti-aliasing quality is on normal. Video memory scale is on 90. In details and textures, my texture resolution, I put it on very low, but some people who have a better graphics card, a better PC, you can go all the way up to normal. Between low and very low, there's not much of a difference, but I try to get the most FPS out of my lower budget PC. And I say lower budget, it still costs $2,000, but it's a pre-built. You'll get ripped off. Build your own PC. Okay, with the texture filter anisotropic, I put it on high. I think what it's supposed to be is on high. Nearby level of detail low. Distant level of detail low. Clutter draw distance short. But there's also a way that you can change that in the documents, the Call of Duty documents. Particle quality is on low. Particle quality levels on very low. Persistent damage levels, I have it on off. Shader quality, I have it on low. Tessellation off. On-demand texture streaming is off. Streaming quality is low. Volumetric quality is on high. Deferred physics quality should be on off. The water quality, you can leave it for default. Shadow map resolution low. Green space shadows is off. Shadow spot quality is on low. Spot cast should be ultra. Particle lighting should be on low. Ambient occlusion should be off. Green space reflection should be off. Static reflection quality should be on low. Weather grid should be off. Depth of field should be off. World motion blur off. Weapon motion blur definitely off. Film grain is set to 0. Apply those settings and go on to the next one. When it comes to field of view is how much you can see out of your peripheral kind of thing, how much of the game is being shown. But I've heard a couple different things. If you play on 110 to 115, you actually get more aim assist, and I've actually been seeing that. I'll show you guys my controller settings, but I definitely think the FOV does have something to do with aim assist. ADS field of view is going to be on affected. Weapon field of view is going to be on wide. Third person irrelevant. The vehicle field of view, definitely put this on wide. It definitely comes in handy. First person camera movement, please have this on least. You do not want to be shaking all over the place. This probably is a reason you guys are missing all your shots. And that is all for the graphic settings. Now we're going to dive right into the controller settings. I use a Scuff Impact, and I actually play on tactical, and I will go over this a little bit more. But essentially, I have 4 paddles. I use my left paddle for melee and my right paddle for jump. Talking about the thing with the tactical, what is tactical? Well, essentially, tactical is a button layout. It's a preset. Instead of meleeing with your R3, you're actually sliding, crouching, dolphin diving. That's what you're going to be doing with R3. This comes in clutch when you're trying to dolphin dive from roof to roof. All right, so to continue with the controller settings, obviously R3 for me is a huge thing. I'm promoting tactical because I think it is very useful. Okay, so bumper ping, I have it turned off. Stick layout preset, I have it on default. Controller vibrations off. I play on a 7/7 sensitivity, okay? My ADS multiplier is set to 1. I don't touch the sensitivity multiplier. I don't touch that. Vertical aim axis, unless you're trying to fly an airplane. I don't know why you would do that. The aim down sight behavior is hold. You never want to have it on toggle. Change zoom shared input is going to be sprint, tactical sprint, and focus. Automatic tactical sprint. This cannot be emphasized enough. If you want to have the movement, like sweaty god movement, you need to have automatic tactical sprint. Yes, if you are one of those people that use hipfire builds a lot more, especially using shotguns with a hipfire build, it sometimes gets in the way, but you get used to it. It's just the best thing to have. Equipment behavior is on hold. Weapon mount activation, I use ADS plus melee. I think it's just easier. Interact, reload behavior. All right, so this is super important. I use prioritize interact, okay? That means I tap to reload and interact, like open a door. To reload, I just tap. But say I'm like in a big pile of stuff. I have to hold to reload, and then I just tap to pick up the weapons. So it's like kind of an offset. Armor plate behavior, I have it on apply all. And now we're going to go over to the advanced settings. And guys, this is one of the most important parts if you want to have that sticky aim assist, okay? Here's a little tip. If you want to get better at aiming, go into multiplayer, turn your aim assist off, add a couple bots, warm up for 10 minutes, turn it back on, do another 10 minutes, and just watch how your aim literally just improved just by doing that one time. But think about if you do that every single day. Most of the pros, most of the really good COD players, that's how they start, is they go into multiplayer and turn their aim assist off. It's set to default. Do not use Black Ops. Do not use Precision. Those used to be, they're not it anymore. Aim response curve type. A lot of people say linear is better. I believe dynamic is the way, and I believe you should use dynamic, okay? ADS multiplier, have it on 1. ADS sensitivity, transition timing, instant. Dead zones, this is completely up to you. If you have stick drift, you need to go into the firing range, go into a map, press on your sticks really hard and see if it starts to move on its own, left, right, up and down, and then just very slightly, just go 1 up or 1 down. And then once you get rid of stick drift, another really good way to actually see if this has stick drift, and this is kind of funny, but this is how I always figure out if I have stick drift. Go into your weapon loadout, go to tune a certain thing, and you'll see if one of the tunings start going up and down and you're like, what the heck, and you're trying to get it, it's because you have stick drift. Okay, this is a weird trick, but it actually lets you know the easiest way if you have stick drift. I don't use anything with the gyro aiming. Some people do if they play on like a big TV and they're in front of their game and they're like they're driving a race car. Movement behaviors. Here we go. Because I have automatic tac sprint, the sprint tactical sprint behavior does not matter. Auto move forward off. Tactical sprint behavior. Single tap sprint doesn't really matter, but have it on single tap sprint. Grounded mantle. The reason this is so important and the reason you want to have it off is say you're in a gunfight and you're right next to a little barrier. If you have grounded mantling on, what happens is if you accidentally jump onto that barrel, that barricade or whatever the case may be, it's going to make you mantle and you're going to lose that gunfight. Automatic airborne mantle, I have this turned off. Automatic ground mantle, I have this turned off. So I have all of this turned off because it just doesn't help you in a gunfight. Invert slide and dive behavior. So we're going to go back to what we were talking about with the dolphin diving. Okay, so essentially what the inverted slide and behavior and dive behavior does is standard is tap to slide, hold to dive, okay? If you like to slide around, which there are people like Money Brown Gaming who are really good at sliding, they're sliding all the time because they have it on standard and they just slide, but they have difficulties jumping from roof to roof. And me personally, I think a better movement skill is being able to dolphin dive from just tapping it. So that's what the inverted does. Plunging underwater. I plunge freely. I don't use the movement thing, just plunge freely. Parachute auto redeploy, Stone Mountain, then have this turned on. If you are a good player, want to get better drops, turn it off. Sprinting door bash. So essentially if you run into a door, it automatically opens it up. But if you do have automatic tactical sprint, then you're going to bust into doors every single time unless you are ADS and then melee, which is my like mount. Ledge, hang, mantle behavior. Okay, so I put it on mantle only. Combat behaviors, ADS, stick swap off, backpack, alternate control. This is actually a really big one. If you ever go into your backpack and you have to use your analog stick to go back and forth, essentially what this backpack alternative control is you can use your little buttons right here. It's a huge difference. It really does help because you can just 1, 2, 3. Because there's only like 6 slots in the backpack. You can just automatically know like 1, 2, 3, boom, drop, go on to the next thing. Weapon mount movement exit, I have it turned on. Weapon mount exit delay, I have it on short. Depleted ammo weapon switch, I do have it on, but it's completely up to you. If you run out of ammo, your gun automatically swaps over. A quick C4 detonation, completely up to you. I sometimes don't want to quick C4 detonation. Sometimes I'm planning like a tack, you know. Vehicle behaviors, I have it on vehicle camera recenter, I have it on short delay. Camera initial positions, free look. So, you know, if you're running to a vehicle, you get in, you can still see your back left corner if that enemy's coming for you. Overlays behavior, I have that on toggle. Kind of all this stuff, this bottom stuff really doesn't matter. But yeah, essentially that is my controller settings. And we're going to get right next top of today's settings video. We're going to jump right into interface. Once you go to interface, you're going to see menu tab, go straight to color customization. Once you go to color customization, click on color filter, change the color filter to 2, color filter target. Make sure it's on both world and interface, and then change the world color intensity and interface color intensity to 100. If you guys are streamers, this will make your stream look 10 times better. Just that alone, I promise you. Ooh, this is a bonus tip as well. So the vertical heads up display. So if you guys are playing on a bigger monitor or maybe even a TV, and say that you don't like looking at your mini map all the way up there. So what you could do is come down here and change it. If you go at default, it's set to 0, which is going to be all the way left and all the way up. But the further you come down, that means it's going to go down and to the right. So that means it's going to be closer to where you can see it. It's not going to be so far up in the corner. Super helpful. I play it on 50-50 because it doesn't matter too much because I play on a monitor, but if you play on a bigger TV, this could actually help you a lot. The minimap shape, always put it on square. The circle doesn't show as much. The square shows actually more. Minimap rotation is on. Horizontal compass is on. Crosshairs on. Hit markers visible on. Sometimes you don't know if you hit them or not. Damage base hit markers is on. Players' names is abbreviated. In-game text chat is on. This is another really good tip for anybody. So I use center dot. If you don't have center dot on, you'll get the full like compass looking thing. I also have center dot scale to larger. So it's the bigger dot. It's the biggest dot you can possibly get. This one is huge. Telemetry, however you want to say it. Go to custom, what your FPS counter is, your server latency. This is how you guys know I'm the 200 ping king. It's because of my server latency is on the screen and you guys can always see it. I have put my packet loss on there. I put pretty much everything. It's completely up to you what you want to put on this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. This is the best settings that you guys can use for low FPS, the best controller settings. If you guys want to see more of these type of videos, please let me know down in the comments. Also, if you guys have a specific video you would like me to do, that would mean the world. It'd make it a whole lot easier for me to really figure out what you guys want. But anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Thank you guys so much for being here. See you in the next one.